Dr. Tuepenz.
And I'm Gaplord.
And collectively, we are
the Juice Crew
Villans.
I said that off track on purpose, and I don't know if it worked or not, but
we'll see when we look at it again.
I'm trying to say it like 0.2 off.
Stay tuned, everyone. We have more wonderful. That's why I'm missing that word right there.
What?
Stay tuned, everyone. We have more wonderful viewing shows, episodes. Well, I was up here last week trying to do this shit, trying to do my professional thing.
I'm still hungover. I'm still hungover. I'm still hungover. I'm still hungover. Sometimes I wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Make my sandwich with the wrong side of the bread. Thought I made it by a landslide, but instead I'm still hungover. Sometimes I make the wrong phone call after dark. Sometimes I make the wrong turn, then I have to pause. I know exactly how this ends, but I have to start. I still come over. I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life, and I'm not living it right, but I don't give a damn.
We'll be speaking about something that me and Dr. Tuepenz think is very important to discuss. So we're going to ask the question: why do men praise low quality women? And for those the people in the back? So I'm going to ask again: why do men praise low quality women? So we're going to get Dr. Tuepenz's opinion, input on this. What do you think?
Well, either they, what did I say? Oh, they don't know, don't show, or care about quality women. Most men, won't say all, but a lot of men have grew up around low quality women in their families and in their communities, in the schools, and just the environment they live in. They don't really have an example of what a quality woman is. So they naturally cling to them.
Okay, so what are some things that you would say to describe what is a low quality woman if someone asks? Because, that could be the term, somebody can look at that and just assume things. So when you say low quality, what do you mean?
A woman with no morals. Because morals, if you don't have morals, you're probably not going to have goals. And if you don't have goals, you're probably going to have no, real direction in your life, which will have you all over the place and causing confusion and chaos everywhere you go. So I would say it all starts with the morals, because after that's like a trickle-down effect into other areas of your life that you should be, more womanly in.
So that question we asked about morals, that's kind of subjective amongst people, because there's certain women out here, as we both know, may think that they have, they're on the moral high ground, and they're really not. So
okay, and they can say that.
Yeah,
but look at your life. Look at your life.
How do you judge what's good morals?
I don't judge shit.
Or how do you determine what's good morals?
How we determine? Is look at your life. Where's your life ended you? What is the things that you're doing today or have been doing for the past 5 years? Where have they brought you today? Where have they taken you today? What are they doing for you today? How have they positively or productively impacted your life? And what are the measurable results? I can point out areas in my life where I've been taken for the past 5 years, and the things that have helped me grow in certain areas of my life that are impacting me positively and allowing me to be more productively today. How can you say that you are, of high morals and all this good stuff when the life that you're living isn't a representation of that? It doesn't show in your living; it just shows in your words.
That's
how I see it. But you're right; it's subjective. But if I had to base it on anything, it's like, what's the results?
Mm-hmm. And I prefer to base my moral high ground. I mean, my moral, like, I would prefer to do it religiously. So I think that's the most steady moral compass we can all use.
Of course.
But so basically your traits of a high quality woman would be the opposite of a woman who is on the moral.
Yeah, just no morals, just out here, living a lie.
Well, I'm saying the high quality woman would be considered someone like,
morals.
Yeah, okay.
Goals and objectives. A vision. For something. You gotta want, why would my favorite acronym I created is life. And that's living is for everyone.
So would you consider, okay, this is a question I have. Would you consider a woman who's twerking on the internet a woman of moral?
Low. Low. Very low.
Okay.
It's a do you thing, of course. Like the young lady who was twerking in front of the White House for Black Lives Matter. They showed y'all how much Black Lives matter.
Okay, so So how about would you consider a woman with a OnlyFans of high moral quality?
Depends on the content. If you on there doing anything sexually, then no, I'd say you just don't care. You do whatever for money. That's what I say. But that's just, I hate people like when you give them your opinion. They always like we talked about with young brother Richards, Donnell Richards, shout out to Donnell Richards. But we talked about this, is judging someone having an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, nah, I don't cast no stones at nobody. But it's just looking at it, it's like, if you'll do that, then what else will you do? It's just like, what am I?
I've been two and two together.
I'm a mathematician. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I think. I think in numbers. It's the most logical thing.
Yeah.
Numbers don't be lying. And if I take 2 and I take another 2 and I add them, you know what I'm gonna get? It ain't gonna be 6. It's gonna be 4.
Yeah. So, that's funny. Yeah, it's like people. Those are expectations. Those are that's having standard.
But do you?
Yeah.
Don't let me stop you.
So would you consider a woman that's on her personal Facebook page making all sexual statuses about being horny or needing some D every post? Would you say a woman of high moral?
Low.
Or that? So
it's like, what are you doing that for? That's called fishing. That's called marketing. That's fishing and marketing. You're baiting. That's called bait. Everybody caught it in the social media game.
Yeah.
That's clickbait or like bait. You want somebody, you baiting that out there and see who's gonna nibble on it with a like and then nibble on it with a comment. What do you want?
Yeah.
What are you saying with that? What's the sole purpose of doing that?
Yeah.
That's all I say. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing it for? What's the possible result you're looking to see from this?
Okay, good. So now we got that pretty much clear. So what do we? So why are men praising this behavior?
They're trying to get some draws, and they simps. A lot of men who praise this behavior is simp. Anybody praising that is trying to hit. Ain't nobody look, ooh, girl, I just love the way you twerk and you just so naked on the internet, girl. It's just like it makes me feel such a way. Man, you know what's crazy? I wish I could find the name of this
liberated.
Movie. Listen, it's this movie, man, about this girl, and she's going on all these dates with these dudes every night, like every Friday night. She was doing this for like a year or something like that. And all she doing is acting like she drunk. And she go to the club and she pick up a dude and then she pop out that drunk shit. Like, what are you doing? All they doing is trying to get in her draws, every last one of them. Every last one of them. And they taking her home and they say, wow, my apartment, oh man, my apartment's right here. Damn, what a coincidence. Trying to go upstairs and have a couple drinks? Like,
yeah,
that's simpery. But people don't see that as simping. You know what I'm saying? Like, a true player don't have to do all that trickery and stuff. Mm-hmm. You don't have to, connive nobody into getting that. That's simp. And you doing it because you see a girl that you think has what? Low morals. You think because she's at the bar and she's sloppy drunk that she doesn't have any morals, and the way she's dressed is kind of slutty. She's showing a little bit too much skin, so you think you can get in and win. And that's what men is out here doing. And it's just simp. It's just simp behavior. They was on some simp daddy shit.
Yep.
And they praise it.
Yeah. Don't be a simp daddy. It's it is. It's like men are leading the way for this type of behavior. So I do understand why women think that behavior is okay, mm-hmm. but you attract who you are and what you bring to representation. Like, you have to represent yourself in a much better manner. Men are going to look at you like that, and most men really don't really like that type of. They don't like women carrying themselves.
Be
like
real,
that.
man.
Yeah, it's people out there who do like, I'm okay with it. Yeah, all right. Would you prefer your woman to do it or not to do it?
Yeah, you come up in your room and she in the bed bent over with some young dude.
It's not
10 years younger than you. And you look at that hug, it could be with him. Talking about you with it. Be quiet.
And even if she's not even cheating on you, like, ask yourself, would you rather your woman doing this or not doing this? No, don't say I don't care. Would you rather her doing it or would you rather her not?
What's your preference? What do you prefer? If you had to choose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you prefer? And I would not prefer it because I won't put myself out there like that.
It's like a man saying he prefers a woman with kids over a woman without kids is lying.
Anybody would say that.
Yes.
Anybody, ain't nobody looking for nobody with no kids. And it's not nothing against people who have children, because I'm a person like that as well. But most people's preference is to enter a relationship with a person who has no children.
Yeah. So it's like, and
that's just a reality.
It's a standard, most of the time for people, and it's realistic and it's fair. So men are praising these type of low quality behaviors, and we're misleading women to believe this is something that's cool, it's okay, and it really is not. It's not productive.
Yeah, it's not.
And nothing good comes from it besides dirty currency. There's some dirty currency, one-parent households, fatherless children. It's
the same old. Yeah. It's all menace to society. That's all that happens. Just menace to society. That's all that happens. Yeah.
It's nothing, man. It's just nothing productive from it. And I love women, but I'd rather not see that on the internet.
And I understand why. It's just like we say, sex sells.
Yeah, it's a point to where it should be some trouble. I mean, I remember a point to get some naked magazines. It was you have to go through some work. It's just so easily accessible now, which I understand why it's accessible, but it's like we shouldn't feed into it and make it bigger than what it is. It's not productive. It's actually...
All right, man. I'm going to have to get on a tangent.
Yeah.
But they targeting kids, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do people not care about kids? How do y'all want the kids, y'all let children change their sex and all this other stuff, but do y'all really care about the mental state and fabric of the children, of the future? Like, do people even understand obsessive compulsion disorder and how that stuff is really developing children? The brain is already just, seeking some type of stimulus. And when you overstimulate a child's brain with something that they're not able to fully process, as far as what happened if I throw this rock into that water, will it do like this? They don't understand that kind of stuff. And when you're introducing them and putting this type of stuff in front of them at a young age, it just furthers the confusion and also the division of children and their parents in the household, because now it's a secret they have to keep. Because everybody knows that kids got stuff on their phone. It's all on Twitter. It's all on Instagram. And it's like, if you ask me, my conspiracy of the day is people promote sex to destroy children.
That's what it seems, and it's working. It's effective. And
that's my conspiracy.
Why do we want them type of women? Who wants a woman? They're not, literally the statistics show they're not married anymore, so. So people aren't getting married successfully and lasting. So obviously it's showing that behavior is not productive.
What does it get you though? I'd like to hear from some of the old hoes. I'm gonna have to watch some Software Underbelly to see if I can find some old hoes on there. Because I would love to hear what happens at 40 with this shit.
Some old Cat Stacks.
What happens? What I'm saying?
She looked pretty bad.
But when you turn them lights off and you unzip her, what happens then? But still, what's the quality of life you live in? Are you really satisfied with this life? Mm-hmm. I don't care what nobody says. And we talking about this earlier.
Or was it just fun?
people want to have a family, but they don't know how to go about having a family because they feel like they have to find themselves and all this stuff. And what I've learned about having a family, man, you know, through the ups and downs, I've been able to find myself in a way that I've never discovered before.
With that family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the family, you don't know what it's going to be like. You know, I would say the best thing you can do while you're single is prepare yourself mentally and more important financially, you know what I'm saying, before you start a family. But, you know, you should really, that should be a goal for everyone because what else are we here to do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the reason I say family is because family is love. You learn love through family. You learn how to love people with different ideas and opinions that differ from yours by having a spouse and having children growing up in a different time than which you came from. It teaches you unconditional love by having a family. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that this ain't nothing I ain't know this last year. I'm just thinking about this while we talking. Literally, like this is what the family brings for people. This is what it provides for people. And if you look at the United States and anywhere else where it's a nice nation of family structures, you have less crime and all the other stuff that we see. You know what I'm saying? When the United States had families, and you had crime. It was crime out here. It was drug dealing and they was selling, you know, doing some of the same things they're doing today. But it was more families. So it wasn't as massive.
Yeah.
It wasn't everywhere. It was real tight-knit. You know? People was poor, but they still went to work. They weren't in the ghettos committing crimes. It was just a bunch of poor people, poor working people. You know what I'm saying?
Even you can look at the hood DVDs back in the day when it was very few. It's like now you can look at the hood DVD, like you see it's like it's like overpopulated. Like even every part of it is multiplied now.
Yeah.
It's like, it wasn't like some stuff back in the day. It was like, this was rare. Like this was barely happening. Like now it's like everyday type of thing.
Everywhere.
It's like
gangbanging.
Yeah.
How it took off from the West Coast and just touched the whole nation.
You don't even got to get jumped in anymore. You can just hang around
and just claim it.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to put no work in. That's a golden rule in gangbanging.
I remember that was like disrespectful back in the day.
You supposed to die for that.
Yeah,
you can't.
That was a death penalty charge.
and that's why, man, I won't go on a tangent, but I'm gonna time myself. This why it's so stupid for niggas to gangbang over the age of fucking 16 years old. If you're joining the gang at 16 years old, you're too old. At 16, you should have put in a massive or an extensive amount of work for the set to earn you some stripes to be somewhat of an OG in your set. If you are just now joining the gang at 16, 17, 18, some people are going to college and they're claiming to be gangs once they get into college, and it's mind-boggling. How can you join a gang? It's for children. It's for kids because kids can go shoot up somebody's house, and if they don't kill nobody, they can get a little lesser charge. When you a grown man and you go shoot somebody's house up, you get way more time. And you talking to a kid, I was a kid in the juvenile system, and I saw that the crime I committed was a juvenile crime, but if it had been an adult crime, the penalty could have been much worse and much more severe. Gangbanging is hardcore war. Y'all ain't doing it like that, and ain't nobody joining no gang at 18 trying to go put that kind of work in if you ain't been exposed to it since you was a youngin'.
Yeah.
Because it's terrifying.
Yeah, nobody.
You don't want to deal with that. Ain't y'all seen Snowfall? Maybe everybody's so entertained by it. I watch Snowfall and I'm like, oh my God. I feel bad. It's one of the saddest shows I've ever seen in my life. And that's the end of my tangent. I'm done.
So, in summary, why do we praise these low quality women? Men, we are misdirecting them and we need to do better. So,
man, y'all just go ahead and subscribe,
It's me, your friend extraordinaire, Gaplord, and we out.
Subscribe, share, and,
hit the notification bell.
Tell me what y'all think about Snowfall.
Yeah, that shit is violent. It is pretty sad.
It's sad.
They praise the most violent person.
Pain. It's just so poor Franklin. That child had to go through all that shit. Trying to make all them moves happen. How much I was just getting stressed watching that shit. Like, this nigga going through too much for this money. That money, it's like
how many more
the nigga that touched so much money that it ain't even. He just look.
niggas stunt for the gram. Mugging while they taking selfies. Pointing they gun at the cam. Oh, them little Ronald McDonald's. Got the max, but they some clowns. On 3, my nigga get gangster. While I push this red button down.